I think it's very important that you keep a student's mentality. Because when you have a student's mentality, you're there to learn, you're there to build, you're there to grow, you're there to not only prove the world that you're capable of doing it, but you're there to go through a test. And so many people don't understand that. A lot of people are falling off now and they're not understanding because they get too arrogant. They think that they know every little piece of business, every little bit of bodybuilding or going to the gym, or just they think they know everything about life. And it's not possible, bro. You don't ever know everything. It's not how it's going to work. If you knew everything, you would be God. You would be Jesus. You would understand the world in a way that others don't understand the world. But you have to have that student's mentality. Obviously, don't listen to people you don't want to be like. Obviously, don't listen to people that don't have the results that you want. That's very clear, right? Nobody's going to go up and listen to the guy that has the exact opposite of what I want. Like, why would I do that? Nobody's going to listen to that person. When you have a student's mentality, it shows how good of character you are. And let me tell you something about students. Students are very quiet. When it's time to learn, it's time to be quiet. When it's time to speak and lead, it's time to speak and lead. There's a time and a place for everything. The reason you need to have the student mentality is so that way you can be the leader on down the road. You can be the light in other people's dark. You can show people a way to go, you know. They may not know the exact little steps, and you may not know the exact little steps that your teacher or whoever you're looking up to is trying to tell you. But if they point you in the right direction, you'll be able to use your own character and who you are to make it to success. That's why I say paying for mentors or paying for a coach is very important. That's why I do. You know what I mean? You can't sit back and say you want success and you're not willing to learn from people that are already successful. I mean, how do you think you're going to get there without learning from those people? Like, if a guy is strong and he benches 315 for what, 10 reps, and I don't bench that for that many reps, I'm going to say, hey man, what do I do? How do I do this? Do you have a program? Do you have this? And I'm going to learn. He's going to teach me, and then I'm going to reach my goals by doing that. It's that simple. A lot of times people will go to the gym, they'll plateau, and the reason why is because they don't know how to progress. It's the same thing with money. It's the same thing with, you know, going to the gym, of course. Same thing with God. You can go to people that you feel like have a strong relationship with God and say, hey man, how do you speak to God? Always have the student's mentality. How can I grow? How can I become better? The person that thinks he already knows everything probably isn't going to have much growth. He may have a talent, which is going to leave him up here with the average people, right? Talent, average people. But then when average people get to learn, which are not really average because they have a student's mentality, they're stacking small wins, bro. Stacking. And then after what? They pass up the talent. Because when talent doesn't want to work hard, hard work beats talent. So you got to understand your gift. You got to understand what your purpose is, and you got to understand exactly what you want, and you got to sit back and listen, bro. And I know it's hard to sometimes shut the fuck up. I know it is, bro. I know it is, because you've been feeling like people just run over you. People never let you speak. Nobody wants to understand you. But the truth is nobody's going to listen to you until you provide value. Nobody's going to listen to you until you make yourself something. That's why I say, man, it's best to have that student's mentality. I talk a lot on these videos. I talk a lot on my content on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, because I feel like I have a message that God has given me that other people just haven't had an understanding with. And I'm able to speak to through those people, through God to those people. And it's like, if I can do that and talk, it's also a time where I need to shut the fuck up. I need to listen to whoever it is I look up to and what message is God trying to give me. For example, I was at the park the other day. This lady comes up, she talks to me, and she gets to praying about God. She was telling me how she had a heart attack. She's been through this, she's been through that. And I sat there, I prayed for the lady. We listened to like this worship song. It was like 10 minutes. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life. She had a connection with God that I felt like I didn't have. So I took my time to listen to the lady, pray with the lady, give the lady a hug, and go on about my day. But that's having a student's mentality, because I could have walked off. I could have said, you know what, I don't have time for this. I got to go. I got stuff to do. I got videos to make. I got to edit this. I got to talk. But no, it was a time God wanted me to listen. So I sat my ass down. I listened, and I got a blessing from it. I learned the lesson from it. Like, you don't get it until you have that student's mentality, bro. You're probably not going to win, man. You're not going to win. And like, arrogance takes away wisdom. You know, it's like, bro, you can be smart. And I'm not saying completely to not have an ego. In a way, our ego protects us, bro. Like, telling ourselves that we are fucking good at something protects us from being bad at it, obviously. But you need to know when to turn that shit down, right? You need to know how to turn the gauge down just a little bit so you can learn, because then you can add it to your life. And that's why I call myself Humble Beast. I'm humble because I'm able to listen. I'm able to learn. I'm coachable. But I'm also a beast because once I learn this shit, I'm going to be the best at it. You don't get it. Like, I have to be the best at whatever I do. And guess what? If I'm not the best today, I'm going to work as hard as possible today for tomorrow. And let's say I do make it to that best point. I'm still going to work as hard as possible because I want this shit. You have to want this shit. You have to believe in this shit, bro. Whatever it is. And so many people are getting on YouTube, Instagram, and TV. They're lying to you. They're saying it's not possible. They're saying if you do make it to a certain level or a certain area, it's because you got lucky, or you're not deserving of it. You're deserving of every moment of it because you're going to work for it. You're going to put in the reps that other people didn't put in. You're going to do the shit that everyone calls unnecessary. You're going to do that. And when you do that, you're going to validate yourself and you're going to say, damn, I fucking respect this man I see in the mirror. Yeah, I got up at this time. Yeah, I did this. Yeah, I worked out. Yeah. And most importantly, you got to be honest with yourself. That's why I tell you, if you don't have honesty, you don't have anything, bro. You don't have anything. Like, that's why it's just relationships fail, businesses fail, going to the gym fails. You have no discipline. You have no consistency, all because you're not honest with yourself. I don't know what else to say, bro. Stay honest. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. Keep that student's mentality, because when you're able to listen and you're able to receive a message and then apply the message, you are going to become a fucking monster. Okay? Don't have too much arrogance. Don't get too high up, because there's always somebody beating you. And if you're willing to sit down for a little bit, listen to that person, and then gain that knowledge and apply it, then you'll be the best. Keep fucking going. Never stop. If you need help with self-development, click the link in the fucking description. We're all leveling up. We're all winning. It's just life is going to get so good. It doesn't matter what happens. Life is going to get so good because we're going to improve. We're going to become stronger and smarter. And we're going to work on that money. We're going to work on that muscle. We're going to work on that mindset. We don't fucking miss. And you know it's love.